So Portia, ready when you are.
Yes. All right, I would like to call this meeting to order. Thank you for everyone who joined and, committing your afternoon to this meeting. And I will now pass it on to Brooke for the roll call.
And excuse me, Portia and Brooke. Brooke, when you do roll call, can you make sure that you state the person's first and last name, or even first name is good, and their school when you do that? And also, let's remember, anytime you all vote tonight, it's going to be roll call vote. I'm supposed to say that at the beginning of the meeting, so sorry for interrupting.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's go ahead and start. Sasha Cigar from Atkins. I know she said she was going to be late, but.
Yeah, she's still leading our HOSA meeting.
Okay, gotcha. Simran Vadgama from Atkins. Here. Simran, you're here. I know you're here. Sunita requested an excused absence. Daniel Cancrow of Bishop McGinnis. Quentin Daniels of Carver. Abriel Loaiza from Carver. Okay. Jacob Taylor from Early College. James Taylor from Early College.
Present.
Okay. Jahara requested an excused absence. Skylar Peddle from Glenn.
Here.
Giselle from Kennedy High. Did she ever join? Because she got the link, right? It's okay. We'll get
Sent
back.
the link to her, Brooke, but I don't see her on the call yet.
Yeah, it's okay. All right. Cameron Allen from Middle College.
Here.
All right. Jayla Blair from North Forsyth. Celeste Collado from North Forsyth.
Here.
Nasi Bongweni from Reagan. Daniel Reyes from Reagan.
Here.
Tamara Smith from Reynolds.
Here.
Addison Truzy from Reynolds.
Here.
Melody Jackson from Reynolds. Walkertown, not Reynolds. Obed Salazar from Walkertown. Cadence Brady from West. Xander requested an excused absence. Portia Smith from Prep.
Present.
And Marie Williams from Winston-Salem Prep. All right, we are done.
Did you mark yourself as well,
Yeah.
Brooke?
Yeah,
Awesome.
I did.
Okay. All right. Do we have a motion on the floor to approve the excused absences?
Portia, someone needs to make that motion.
Sorry. Thank you. Do we have a motion on the floor?
Motion to approve excused absences.
I second that motion.
All right. And now we're going to do roll call. Addison Truzy.
Aye.
Skylar Peddle.
Aye.
James Taylor.
Aye.
Tamara Smith.
Aye.
Cameron Allen.
Aye.
Brooke Lackey.
Aye.
Daniel Reyes.
Aye.
Jacob Taylor.
Aye.
Simran Vegama,
Aye.
and Celeste Collado.
Aye.
All right, it looks like the ayes have it. And now we're going to go to our next item on the agenda, which will be the approval of minutes. Ms. Amy just sent out the minutes, so if you could pull that up via email so we can review that. And then if you have any requests, please let us know via chat or unmute yourself.
Just so y'all know, I know Jahara's last name is spelled wrong on there. I completed the minutes before she told me how to spell it, but we're good. So
Thank you. Do we have anyone's name misspelled or something not correctly presented on the minutes?
when you guys are ready,
Okay, so we have a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes.
And do we have a second?
Second.
All right. Addison Truzy Reynolds,
Aye.
Skylar Peddle,
Aye.
James Taylor,
Aye.
Tamara Smith,
Aye.
Cameron Allen,
Aye.
Brooke Lackey,
aye.
Daniel Reyes,
Aye.
Jacob Taylor,
Aye.
Simran Vegama,
Aye.
and Celeste Collado.
Aye.
All right, it looks like the ayes have it. And now we're gonna go to our next item on the agenda. If you do not already have your agenda up, please refer back to your email that Jamie sent out with the agenda. So we are going to start off with committee reports. Does anyone from the Government Relations Committee have anything to report back to the council on?
I'll speak in place of Sunita today. Currently, we don't have anything to report back.
Thank you, Simran. Do we have anyone from the Public Relations Committee that has a report for us concerning newsletters or any general report?
Yeah, I'll report. So we completed the newsletter, and special thanks to the people who wrote articles. It was really appreciated, and I'm pretty sure Jamie sent out the draft to everybody.
Yes, I just sent it. And if anybody has some pictures to add, I did add some screenshots of our Zoom meetings, but any other pictures would be great.
That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that everything is going well with our first newsletter, especially with everything virtually. You guys are doing really great. And the last committee, the Community Relations Committee, do you have anything to report back on as far as general information or any volunteer opportunities?
Currently, we have nothing to report.
Okay, thank you all so much. I'm glad to hear that you guys have been able to talk some. Hopefully, when COVID starts to clear up, there's going to be more talk. But on to our next general business item, and that is the 2019-2020 annual project completion. Would anyone like to speak about the handbills of last night with our meeting concerning Rhythm Lounge and Grill?
Some information on what we kind of want to do with the handbills. So for the due date for the handbills to be sent in is December 14th. I said on the doc, probably the early morning would be the best to send it in, but I'm not really sure. It's really up to Miss Jamie. What we're planning on putting on the handbills would be information as in like resources for how to get connected to more things dealing with, as well as inspirational quotes, generic inspirational quotes. And I think we were approved to be able to do like winter themed handbills as long as they weren't tied to any specific religion or holiday.
Thank you, Addison. I would like to quickly add some of the things that we were speaking about at the meeting, because everyone is just really involved and it's overall a really great project. The Rhythm Lounge and Grill has also received an opportunity to have backpacks filled with supplies, and some of the items are listed. Our toothpaste, toothbrushes, soap, sanitizer, wipes, deodorant, snacks, drinks. This is something we want to do as a council. This is our way of also giving back. Like before, we wanted goods to, last and everything, and it's not just primarily hot meals. So would anyone be interested in contributing to getting those donations in, or would like to contribute to the work of the handbills? And if so, either Brooke, you can take note of that, or you all can put your name in the chat. And if Addison could send out the Google Doc with that information, that would be great.
I'll write it down. I'd love to be a part of it. James just said he wants to be a part of it. And if anybody else wants to, you can put it in the chat or you can say it.
And I will also like to add that for the drop-off sites, we've decided that it would be best either at City Hall or at your school. And Ms. Jamie has nicely offered to pick it up from your school. So if you're choosing to do handbills and make donations, instead of having like two separate trips, try to make it one, because these will be in the backpacks when the families or students come in to Rhythm Lounge and Grill on the 18th of December. Do we have any questions or suggestions, concerns on that matter?
I have a quick question. The handbills can be emailed to Miss Jamie, right? Or do we actually have to drop them off as well?
Jamie, how would you like for them to get the handbills to you?
I think email would be the most appropriate because then I can email it to our printer and we'll get it printed. Thank you.
Yes, that's awesome. I was gonna actually ask that. Are there any other questions concerning handbills or just a deadline to get these goods in?
I actually
All
have a
right,
question.
if there's no questions concerning
Portia? Daniel has a question.
Yeah, I was wondering about the handbills. Are we gonna use? Yeah. Are we gonna use the just one? Are we gonna vote on one font, or are we going to use multiple, since we're all making our own and sending it to Miss Jamie?
Wow, that's a great question. You know, I'm thinking that the biggest thing that Jamie will need from you all would be the content. And then maybe, unless somebody objects, she can work her magic, because that's her thing. You know, she's very good at graphic design and stuff. And so maybe she can just work her magic on whatever it is that you all send her. And she'll have to probably take a look at what she's receiving. And then if she decides to vary the font and things like that, maybe you all could just leave that to her so you won't have to take the time to worry about it. How does that sound?
That sounds good. I was gonna say maybe the people who just said they would be willing to help with the handbills and the donations and stuff, maybe we should all meet so that we can like type out a Google Doc with all the information on it, and then we can send it to whoever you just said is really good at graphic design, and then they can do it.
No, that's Jamie.
Okay, cut out when you said that. So I was like, who's she talking about? Well,
No, that's okay. Miss Jamie is the one I was talking about. So she could, you know, do that for you all so that it won't, I don't want anything to hold you up with getting the content together for the handbills. So she can design it and all of that. Now, with respect to the donations, can you all remind me, what are you all deciding to do about that? What did you just discuss? Who's going to do what?
We just discussed, Miss Jamie said last night that she would pick up the donations from the schools or from City Hall, correct?
Yes, she did say that last night.
And also, go ahead.
I was just going to say, so if anybody is going to take, you know, decide what, just let me know. Give me enough time so I can plan out my day if I need to drive to a school to pick it up. Whatever's easiest for you all. I understand that you all may not have transportation to get it to City Hall or transportation to get it somewhere else. So whatever easier for you all, I would be happy to help you.
Quick question,
Jamie. And just so everyone knows, if you are able to get it to City Hall, that would be a lot easier for Miss Jamie, because she is going to be getting all kinds of things probably from several of you. So if there is a possibility that you can get your donations to City Hall, please do that. If not, then that's when she said she will go to your school or whatever. But the preference is if you can get it to City Hall, that would be awesome.
I have a quick question about the donation. So is it just like whatever we, like us as individual council members, is it just whatever like we purchase for the backpacks? Or, because you said like we're talking about the donations in the backpacks, but do we need to reach like a certain number of donations? And is it like coming from us? Is it coming from like whole schools? Like where is it coming from?
That is left up. Great question, Brooke. That is totally left up to you all, because I know you all may have contacts or connections with various people in the community, or it may be something that you personally would like to do. I mean, it's totally up to you, but we're just affording you the opportunity to contribute to the care packages and maybe the backpacks. I don't know if you all have been privy to the list that Miss Georgine provided. I know those of you who were on the call yesterday with Miss Georgine saw that list. And so maybe what we need to do is share it with you on this call so that you can see the items that we're talking about. But we're talking about things like tissues, you know, like facial tissues and toothbrushes and toothpaste and socks. Those are the kinds of things that she had on that list. And so again, we're going to post it. We'll put it in the chat so you can see. But it's totally up to you how you would like to go about contributing to that.
And what date do we need to have all the donations by? The 18th?
The 18th is the date for the actual
event, right?
Event. I believe Miss Georgine said that she could do it up to a day or two beforehand. Is that correct? Jamie, Tiffany, do you all remember? Okay. or anybody else who was on the call? Because I think that question came up yesterday. Does anybody remember?
She did. I had suggested that I would try to deliver it Wednesday, which would be 2 days prior. She said that they will most likely be putting it together up until, the day before. So yeah.
Also, Ms. Wanda, I was going to ask if either Portia or Ms. Tiffany could kind of give like a brief overview on what we discussed yesterday, because there was some council members that weren't in the meeting with Ms. Georgine. So if anybody would like to do that, I would just ask to see if they could.
So are you asking for Miss Tiffany to do that, James?
Yeah, Ms. Tiffany or Portia, either.
Okay.
If I could quickly add first, James, that was excellent of you to do that. I just wanted to quickly add about the handbills. Addison did send out a Google Doc with all of the information last night. So if you haven't received it, I think she's sending it out to pretty much everyone. But there are guidelines to follow. So as far as the things that you're gonna put on there, just to be mindful, like there's no spiritual aspects added onto it. We do want it to be really informative with the resources and not too much going on. We also spoke of having inspirational quotes on there. So I just want to put that out there for those who weren't able to make it last night. And Ms. Tiffany, would you like to present? Or
sure, I'm happy to.
Either way is fine with me.
I'm happy to.
Okay, and I can just fill in.
Perfect. Sounds good. I'm not sure. Sorry, I apologize. I came on a few minutes late, but kind of a bird's eye view of everything. Basically, we're partnering with Rhythm Lounge and Grill, of course. Instead of doing the remote learning site options, we have to keep it. Excuse me. We have to keep it to the Rhythm Lounge and Grill, their single location. The reason for that was that there was not the federal funding available that I thought there would be in order to make it possible for us to serve at several remote learning center sites. So we're going to stick with Rhythm Lounge and Grill, December 18th, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is open to anyone. It's not restricted to any age, but of course you all are targeting your specific peer group. There's going to be a variety of things happening at the physical event. Folks are going to be able to come and select a meal off a limited menu. So that's going to give them some autonomy and choice to choose menu items, say if they're vegan, vegetarian, things like that they like to eat and enjoy. And I think that's something that's really special to this program that we're doing because they're having this autonomy and choice. In addition to the meals that Rhythm Lounge and Grill is providing, you all are obviously creating these care packages that are going to have a mixture of items available for folks. Alongside that, there are a couple of other things happening too. Forsyth Backpack has agreed to provide bags of meals and things for any youth that come by. And so they're providing, I think, 288 of those. So that's really exciting. And they're also working with Second Harvest Food Bank to secure some family boxes that can also be given out. But I don't have a number on that or 100% confirmation on that. But it's something that, we're pulling together as a group to provide as many resources to families and youth and anyone really that comes by. Of course, with the packages that you all are creating, there will be an insert, a handbill, and what I think we had discussed, including resources for folks, and making sure not to specifically say, like, for example, calling people as hungry people or sharing statistics about hunger, just to make sure that we're being sensitive to the experiences of those who might be coming to the event, but rather focusing in on encouraging messages and you get to come if we're providing free meals for the community for folks who need them, and you can choose your menu item and just making it an overall positive experience with lots of COVID precautions. Good?
Thank you so much, Ms. Tiffany. I would just like to quickly add, from last night, some of the COVID-19 precautions that the Rhythm Lounge and Grill are taking is single serviceware. So it's, you know, and that portion is not going to be a lot of touching. It's going to be them passing them the food and everything, just to make sure no one is spreading the sickness or, you know, being exposed to anything. Of course, face masks will be provided. So say if someone shows up to the event, they don't have a face mask, there will be one provided. Sanitizer will be available. Tables are 8 feet apart. And they will actually have the experience of listening to a band like you usually would if you go to the restaurant. So as far as the Rhythm Lounge and Grill event is concerned, they want to make the public feel very welcomed and appreciated. And so even the players will be wearing masks, and they will be 25, the public will be 25 feet away from the stage. So there's around 250 people that can be fit in the building, but of course it won't be that at one time. They have air purifiers, which is great, and they will have open doors. So they're really trying to cover all of their bases as far as that goes. And the events will be from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. And some of the other things we were speaking about last night was the idea of transportation. And I believe, Ms. Tiffany, you were saying that the public transportation is still available as far as free public transportation with the bus routes. I'm not sure if you or Ms. Georgine had confirmed that, but we are also thinking about putting that on some of the flyers, or some of the social media people will be incorporating that. But that's really just the overview. I just want to let you all know about some of the precautions. Of course, like Ms. Tiffany said, there will be a lot of partners involved, including Pepsi. They're going to be donating drinks and everything for the events. And it's looking like there's probably going to be around 350 hot meals and care packages with our $500 donation from our from our grant from the 1920 fiscal year. I just want to, let everyone know that this is something really great. We are covering all of the bases that we really want to, but now we'll just open it up for any questions, comments, or concerns. And thank you, Ms. Wanda, for putting that chat that we as a council will not be working on site. That's just another precaution, just so we won't be exposed. I know a lot of our family members have underlying health issues, and some of us do as well. So we will be doing most of the background work. And so that's looking like, donating for care packages, making the handbills, being the people in the background. So you guys are really doing a really great job as far as working together, trying to meet these deadlines. So I would just urge you all to keep in mind of the deadlines that are coming up. Seeing that the event will be on December 18th from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Is there any other questions? I saw, Brooke, that you had a question in. Thank you so much for answering it, Addison. Any other questions or comments? Any donations? If not, we can go ahead and move to our next meeting on the agenda really briefly, I would like to touch on the advertising for the events. Some of the people who are working as far as the social media and some of the flyers and pamphlets and stuff like that. Can you all briefly speak about what you all are doing as far as that? Any guidelines?
Portia, if it's okay, I actually might start off that group because I've been meeting with all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's perfect. Thank you.
So our social media work group consists of Skylar, Jahara, Addison, and Sanita. And they have been working to create a variety of postings for Facebook and Instagram, as well as Snapchat and Twitter. And these are going to be ones that we'll work with marketing communications on to share from the city page, but also that they're creating for you all. And so they're going to produce them, obviously get approval from everyone. And then you all are also going to be in charge of posting on your own social media accounts just to make sure people know that this is a resource that's available to them and that we're getting the word out. And it'll be a good practice round for when we do our virtual food drive. And it's going to be really reliant on you all to share on your social media because the whole success of that event, the virtual food drive next year is going to depend on you all and how much you share. So we had originally a deadline of completing that for today. We've extended it to give them some time and so that we can make sure we have consistency across media. And the other thing I wanted to mention is they're making sure to include the Yak logo on that information, the Rhythm Lounge and Grill logo. And they also will need to include for Scythe Backpack, social media work group, you don't know this yet, but I'm just waiting on their logo to be included on the items since they're also providing to support what we're doing. Addison, Skylar, Jahara, anything you want to add?
I think you summed it up perfectly. I think we have everyone from the group's posts done. So we should be making a Google Doc for it or some form to combine all the posts and we'll be able to send it out soon.
Perfect.
And I do have a question. We were speaking about in the meeting last night about the official menu. Will some of those foods still be on the social media posts, or are we still trying to figure out what will work best as far as that goes?
Was that to me, or was it? Well, I think I can answer anyway.
It was a general question. Anyone can answer.
Well,
from the social media. Thank you.
I think our new deadline for making new posts is Monday. Yeah, next Monday. So I think we're going to be adding on, like, posting on menu items as well. So we're going to include the menu items once they're sent out.
Okay, I just want to double check. Is there anything else, Ms. Tiffany, you want to add concerning some of the things that we're working on?
I don't think so at this point. I think it sounds like everyone's rocking and rolling, so I think we are good. Obviously, once social media work group has completed those, we're going to share those with Ms. Jamie and Ms. Wanda, and also with you all after getting approval from Ms. Jamie and Wanda before we even move forward, so you all can see. And I don't know if you all need to vote or have a commitment from everyone to make sure people are sharing it, but it is, like I said, really important that we share this out. Also, so that the hard work of the social media work group does not go to waste. They have been working so hard.
That's a good point, Ms. Tiffany. And James, did you have a question? I thought I saw you attempt to ask a question a few minutes ago.
Yeah, Portia asked the question for me. So
okay, awesome. So what is the pleasure of YAC? Would you all like to vote on approving this push for social media? And if so, that would mean somebody needs to make a motion.
Okay.
Motion to push for social media.
Well, I guess the motion would be for every YAC member to commit to promoting the event on their social media pages. How's that, James? Can you repeat that?
Motion to have all YAC members promote the social media campaign on their own personal social media.
And do we have a second? Thank you, James.
I second that motion.
Awesome. I'm gonna do a roll call real quick. Trucy.
Portia, for me, your volume is kind of patchy. Is it like that for everyone else? Okay, so what we're gonna do is have Brooke to do that for the sake of understanding, because you're frozen right now too. I don't even know if you can hear me. Can you go ahead and do the roll call vote?
Yeah, sure. Okay, Skylar from Glenn.
Okay.
Portia.
I can't hear you. I'm not sure.
I think it's delayed because Brooke has already started the roll.
Do you want to turn your camera off? Addison just suggested that. There you go. Might help. Addison Chusey from Reynolds.
Aye.
James Taylor from Early College.
Aye.
Cameron Allen from Middle College.
Aye.
Daniel Reyes from Reagan.
Aye.
Jacob Taylor from Early College.
Aye.
Simran Vadgama from Atkins.
Aye.
Celeste Collado from North.
Aye.
Let's see. Sasha Cigar from Atkins.
Aye.
And I think did I miss anybody?
Brooke, you need to devote yourself too.
I say aye. Okay, cool. The ayes have it. Everybody's going to post our ads for the event.
Okay, can you all hear me now?
It's better now, Portia.
Yay! Okay, I'm not. Zoom just does not like me. But thank you all for voting on that. We're going to go to our next item on the agenda, and that's discussing the 2020-2021 annual project. First, we're going to speak about the social media campaign for the virtual food drive. Would anyone specifically like to speak about some of their ideas concerning that? I know that last night we were speaking about the statistics concerning that. That's where we're going to really get into more depth about the statistics. Is there anyone who would like to add?
I am happy to, if the social media group and virtual food drive group don't want to say hello.
What was the what even was the question? I'm sorry, I was looking for the agenda.
I was just asking, as far as the 2021 virtual food drive campaign, we were speaking about adding for the statistics. That's really where we're going to hone in on showing some of those statistics to really gather donations and everything in that time. Is there anyone that had any suggestions or comments or questions concerning our 2021 project?
Well, yeah, we're making, it's a group of us, like Addison, Sunita, and I, and somebody else is on that group too. We're like designing the Cadence, yeah. So like, if anybody has any suggestions for the page, because we're creating it for the virtual food drive. So we're like making the GoFundMe homepage, except it's not a GoFundMe. So should we include, well, we're going to include statistics on that, but what kind of statistics should we include?
I think that, so folks know there, as a reminder, there are two work groups kind of happening side by side. One is working on the virtual food drive website itself and setting up that page so that it tells a story about why YAC got involved and why this issue is important and why we're working on this and how people can give to the campaign. And then there's another group that's kind of working, again, side by side, that will be working on the social media. And this group is going to, you can share a variety of things. So you can share, Skylar gave an idea of creating videos like on your own. You could post on your social media about why YAC is doing this and kind of voicing that, or making little mini like snippets of things, sharing facts about hunger in the community, resources that are available, the importance of youth voice, how hunger can impact other parts of people's lives. So that's up to you all and your creativity of what do you want to share as a part of the campaign, what messages you want to get across. I hope that clarifies things a little bit too.
I think you bring up a really great point, Ms. Tiffany, as far as everyone stepping in and having an idea as far as incorporating it into our campaign and everything. And so I do thank you also, Brooke, for, stating who is involved. But remember, guys, this is not limited to just one committee. We can always, contribute to, that specific committee. And so this will be something that we will be constantly talking about, and it will be evolving over the few months to come.
Okay, it doesn't look like anyone has any questions.
All right, we go ahead and move to the next item on the agenda, and that is the YGA Virtual Grants Writing Workshop, which will be on January 13th at 5 p.m. Ms. Jamie or Ms. Wanda, please verify when the deadline is to apply for that, if it has passed, or if the council members have a few weeks to still apply for the conference.
Ms. Jamie has been handling that.
Let me look that up. I'm actually more familiar with the state information and not the YGA, but I'll look it up and get right back to you.
Okay, thank you so much. Is there anyone that has any questions as far as the virtual grants writing workshop? I know Ms. Jamie did send a pretty comprehensive email as far as the YGA grants goes. The virtual, not the YGA, my apologies. YGA virtual grants writing workshop goes. She did send out some information as far as what will be covered.
And you're right, Portia, and my apologies, Jamie. The YGA, she has not been focused on. She's been focused on SYC, the State Youth Council. And the YGA is more or less information that's been coming through me, but I haven't really heard anything beyond what we have on the agenda. So what was the original question again? Was it from Brooke?
No, ma'am, it was from me.
Okay. Sorry, Brooke.
I was asking when the deadline was to apply for the virtual grant writing workshop. I know you all were trying to keep us informed as far as when you all got the information as well.
Yes, I don't know that I have that information, so we will definitely keep you all in the loop. You know we're going to be bugging you about it, unless Jamie has come across it since we've started talking about it. I don't readily have that information.
So yeah, everything that we sent to you did not have a sign-up sheet or a link to sign up for the YGA grant writing workshop. I am looking on, because it directs you to the Youth Grant Makers in Action.org website. I'm not seeing it there. I'll continue looking, but that might be where you all want to start looking. Really, they just specifically talk about the deadline for those applications is January 29th. So, but hopefully we can get that information to you so you don't miss out on the workshop.
Or I would suggest that you just go ahead, and if you're interested, go ahead and register, or whatever it is the process they've laid out is. Make sure you go ahead and follow through on that. Instead of waiting for a deadline, if you know you want to do it, then just reply ASAP so that you can be included. That would be great.
Okay. I'm a bit confused now. Ms. Jamie, are you saying that there's not a registration link?
I'm not seeing a registration.
Oh, you don't even see a registration link?
No. That's what I'm saying. I'll continue looking. Maybe I'm overlooking it, but the email that was sent out by Wanda November 18th, it directs you to their website, and I'm assuming that's where they would have it posted if they're going to have something posted.
Okay, I understand now. So look, this is what we can do. If you are interested in attending the grant writing workshop, send us an email, please. And then we, by that time, can follow back up with the YGA to figure out what's going on their end. But email us to let us know if you're interested in attending that workshop. That's the easiest thing for you all.
Right. And as Ms. Jamie and Ms. Wanda also mentioned, since there is an email that was sent on November 18th, continue to look at that, see if you're interested. It really speaks about what the meeting or the virtual event will be comprised of. So please look out for that. And Ms. Amy, I see that you just sent a link. So if you could copy that link for your use, as well for the registration link.
I do see that when you click that, it does let you register.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. So
you all, I would still like to know if you register. So could you please send an email if you decide to register, so that we can keep up with that for our own internal record. So we'll know who is registered, okay? So number one, use that link to register. Number two, let us know when you've done so. All right?
Right. Thanks so much. Brooke, you brought up a good point, and that's our next item on the agenda, the YGA grant deadline, which is January 29th, 2020. That process, I'm not sure how it will look here, because typically every year we send in the grants, and they do host interviews, and it's generally 1 to 2 people from the council. And so as far as making a group, Miss Jamie, Miss Wanda, would you would you consider us doing that right now, or what would you consider as far as trying to make a group? Because generally every year we make a group, Brooke, as you know, and we try to keep it pretty small so we can get straight to the point.
So, Portia, you're asking who would like to work on the YGA grant application?
Yes, I was asking, should we go ahead and get our group together now, correct?
Sure.
Okay.
I think that would be very wise to do.
Right. Thank you so much. Is there anyone who would like to join us on the YGA grant application? It looks a bit similar to the SYC grant application. There's not really a notable difference. It will ask pretty simple questions as far as who we are and what our 2020-21 annual project looks like, and it has to be youth-based, which it is. So if you are interested, please put your name in the chat or unmute, and Brooke will take your name down. And thank you, Brooke, for asking that question. That's really awesome.
Thanks, Addison. I saw your name pop up in the chat for volunteering.
I was gonna say that I'm interested, but I'm not sure if I can commit today because January around that time is kind of a busy time of the month, like Martin Luther King. So I'm not sure if I can commit today, but I'll let you all know.
I'll go ahead and put you down, but like you don't have to be too active in it. Like it's pretty easy there, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys met to like really get everything packed in and packed down. So it's just gonna be like the same thing.
Yeah, you can use a lot of the information from the SYC grant application. And then of course we have old examples of the YGA grant application too. So it shouldn't be too time consuming for you all.
If it's like the other grant, the SYC grant, I can help with that. I just same thing as James, like I'm pretty busy.
Thank you, Sunita.
And if anything, it's pretty much easier. I feel like it doesn't ask, I mean, it's pretty straightforward questions like SYC. So it's not really anything complex. Just like Ms. Wanda said, we could use our information from the SYC grant application from this year. Not the exact information, but we are still having the virtual food drive campaign and everything. So some of that we can use that for the YGA grant application. Does that make sense?
Is there anyone else that wants to help out? I put myself down too. I don't know what my schedule looks like, but like, you don't like have to really know what your schedule looks like, but if you're willing to help out with that, that'd be great.
Right. Okay, if there's no questions. Ms. Wanda, did you have a question for me, a comment?
Oh, no, not at all.
All right, we're going to go ahead and move on to our really last item on the general business section, and that's the State Youth Conference. I did send out an email last night to those of you who were working on voting for the mini grant conference. I would ask you all to double check that email. There is a when to meet link, so we can go ahead and meet as soon as possible. The deadline to vote is December 23rd. We want to be done before that. And, you know, make sure to check that. There's a lot of information about that. We have one more council's proposal to vote on. And so we need to review that and go ahead and meet as soon as possible. Is there anyone who has been working on the mini grant conference that has any questions pertaining to that, or did not receive the email?
Portia, I just I want to clarify that that I actually sent to you all probably like, let's see, I think there was a total of 18 and we did maybe 5 of them that Saturday. So there's like 13 that you'll have to vote on.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I was still thinking about Roanoke. Yes, you're right. As far as reviewing for Roanoke, that's the one that we were supposed to present on. But yes, there is 13. My apologies.
And in regards to Roanoke, I can ask Candace about that.
Okay.
But from what Miss Candace had sent to all of the participants, it is the reviews that all the other councils had already done. And now you all will review those reviews to then do your voting. Which if you see the group that reviewed Winston-Salem suggested full funding. But that's just, you know, if you all vote to agree on that and everybody else votes to agree as well.
Yes, I was just about to say that as well. I was looking over it and I was like, wow. So some of the comments that and the feedback that we got was really amazing. And they really saw that there's a need for that. I see Brooke and Addison very excited about this. I'm sure everyone is. I just want to take a moment to thank you all for continuing to work so hard on this, especially virtually. And even for those who weren't able to join, I mean, it's really been great. But I know it's getting later in the evening, and I don't want to hold you all too long. So is there any next steps, Ms. Jamie or Ms. Wood, that we need to speak about that I haven't already discussed?
Well, I would just like to say that I'm so exceptionally proud of you all. I mean, really, y'all are just awesome. You have done a phenomenal job, and to know that preliminarily Winston-Salem has been approved. Wow, major, major, major kudos. Excellent job, everybody. Those of you who've been working on it, my goodness, I know that wasn't easy to try to advocate in a very objective manner. I know, can you advocate in an objective manner? I don't know, oxymoron, but anyway, good job regardless. Good job. That's all I wanted to say. I don't know if anyone had anything else or not, Portia, but I wanted to definitely take the time to say that.
Thank you so much. Go ahead, Ms. Jamie.
I was also going to add that the participants on that Saturday were given the opportunity to do a survey for local government federal credit union. And your peer, Al Marie, won a $100 Amazon gift card from that survey. So so we had one of our youth council members win, and that's pretty exciting. So you all, and the way you all represented, you know, even though you only got to discuss like 4 or 5 of the things, you all really participated. Awesome. And I saw that James commented saying it was a little bit hostile at times because people are trying to defend themselves. And to do that virtually was not easy.
Oh yeah, that's so awesome.
James, was it a good experience for you though?
It was a very good experience. I was just saying, like, sometimes the debating can get a little hostile, but because of course people are going to stand up for their proposals, and I could see some people were kind of in alliance with other councils. So
really,
a little bit. So it was just very interesting, and I liked it, honestly.
That is interesting.
If I could just quickly disclose, because one of the councils had $500,000 in funding, and so it was really hard for us to prove our point, because it was like James said, very hostile. It was very hard. But I guess as you get to learn about debating and everything, you understand that you're doing the best that you can. And I just want to say, you know, congratulations to everyone who worked so hard. I know it was a very long conference call. I really haven't had a conference call that long in a while, so it was an awesome experience.
$500,000 in funding, wow, oh, okay.
Yeah, and they were still asking for $500. I think it was like $500 and some change, and it was quite interesting to say the least. But again, I just want to thank everyone. If anyone had any lasting comments or anything before we go on to our staff reminders and adjourn for the evening.
Yeah, quick question. So we discussed the Roanoke Council thing. We'll check our emails for that to meet about that and decide what we want to do with their proposal. So like, how exactly do we vote for the rest of the grant proposals? Because that was like very confusing to me. I was looking at the emails, and then Wanda sent one that was like, y'all, do we not have our proposal in? And I don't know, it's just really, so can someone like clear that up? Because I'm really confused on that.
So, so honestly, from what I'm gathering from Miss Candace, you're going to look at, so the documents that were emailed to you is exactly what the council that was to review their 2 grants. So say if you all hadn't been able to do yours the day of the conference, you would fill out the paper that reviewed it, and then that's what the other counselors are going to look at. So all you're going to do is see, like, so each of those papers says what they are proposing. So I think one of them, I noticed that they were proposing half funding, so $250 instead of $500. you all will have 21 votes and you'll do the same vote. So unfortunately, this does not allow the debating and the discussions. All you're doing is giving that vote, that 21-point vote for what was proposed.
So in this case, if someone's proposal didn't pass, they would get $0.
So if somebody recommended to not fund a proposal, there would be no discussion, and it would basically, if the numbers add up to that passing, then it'll pass. If it doesn't, I don't know what Ms. Candace is going to do. That's all you all have to focus on right now is, are you going to vote for what that council proposed? Whatever happens past that, that will be up to the state youth conference or state youth council, which is made up of adults and students that govern the state youth conference, which is you all.
So we should probably have our own meeting discussing how we want to divide our votes for that, because like each of us that is voting can't because it's 21 votes. So we all need to agree and we should all be in agreement on what our votes are. So we should probably meet. When do we need to do that? Because I know for the Roanoke proposal, it's the 23rd. And then
No, all your votes are due the 23rd. I'm going to reach out to Miss Candace and find out about the Roanoke thing. I believe you all don't need to worry about that anymore. But I will reach out to Candace today and I'll get that information back to you. What you need to worry about are all of those proposals that were emailed to you. So I think what Portia has said is that she has sent out a link to you all yesterday about scheduling a meeting. That meeting needs to focus on the 15 proposals that need to be voted on. And I will get back to you about the Roanoke proposal.
Thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome. I hope I can help clarify that.
That clarified a lot of things for me. I think it should have helped everyone else too.
Right. Just echoing off of what Jamie said, I did attach all of the proposals onto the email, and there's a link to schedule. Like I said, I want us to go ahead and get this done so that way there isn't any mishaps or miscommunication. Thank you, Brooke, for that question. So we're going to go ahead and move to our staff reminders and information. Can someone speak about the newsletter, the deadlines that are coming up for the spring, and what should we expect as the council?
Okay. Public relations, did you have anything else to add about newsletters that you didn't already mention earlier in the meeting? Or Miss Jamie, did you have anything to add?
I would just add that if you all have any pictures that you'd like to add or that could possibly help the newsletter, if you could send those tonight or tomorrow morning so that we can wrap up the newsletter and get it posted.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now for our monthly meeting schedule, do we have one set, Ms. Jamie, Ms. Wanda, or do we need to vote on one?
So basically, Portia, all that is a reminder of your standing meeting schedule, because you all have a standing time for meeting every month, which is the fourth Tuesday of each month. And so you are set for the fourth Tuesday in January for your meeting. And it should still be at the same time, which is 4 o'clock. If we learn anything to the contrary, we will let you know. We will send out an email with the date change and all of that. But right now we're looking at keeping things the same. You know, when you're meeting face to face, you meet at 5:30. But since we've been meeting virtually, the time has been 4 o'clock. So again, we will follow back up with you, but we should be able to keep your standing meeting time, which is the fourth Tuesday of each month. But again, we'll be in touch about your January standing YAC meeting. But I know you all have some other meetings going on that are not the whole YAC meeting, you know, like for everybody. So you're going to be meeting about these grants and all of this, the proposals and food drive and all this kind of stuff. So if we see the need to reconvene all of YAC, we will certainly let you know so that you can have a special meeting like you're doing today.
Thank you, Miss Jamie. Miss Wanda. I'm so sorry for keeping us up to date. I would just also like to stress, continue checking your emails. There's a lot of important information going on. So please just continue to check your emails if anything were to change, and especially with a lot of committee reminders and events as far as that goes. And upcoming events, speak a little bit about that. Ms. Wanda, Ms. Jamie, I know one of them we already spoke about was the YGA virtual grant writing workshop, which you all know from the agenda that it will be on January 13th at 5 p.m. and the YGA grant deadline is January 29th. Is there anything else to add onto the upcoming events, Ms. Wanda or Ms. Jamie?
Just don't forget about your event with Rhythms, which is on December the 18th. That's the biggest thing that you have coming up. So please do not forget about that.
Of course, and also on that topic, deadlines for handbills, donations, and things of that sort. Again, just continue to check your emails and stay on top of that. Do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting? Or any questions? I'm sorry, are there any questions, comments, or concerns before there is a motion to adjourn this meeting? If not, do we have a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
And do we have a second?
I second that motion.
All right. Addison Truzzi.
Aye.
Skylar Peddle.
Aye.
James Taylor.
Aye.
Cameron Allen.
Aye.
Brooke Lackey.
Aye.
Daniel Reyes.
Aye.
Jacob Taylor.
Aye.
Simran Vega.
Aye.
Sasha Sagar.
Aye.
Giselle Gregorio Hernandez.
Aye.
Sunita Argawala.
Aye.
All right, and of course, I is what I vote on, and we have officially adjourned the meeting. The ayes have it.
Portia, ask if there are any nays. Always do that just in case.
Oh, yes. Are there any nays?
Okay.
Okay, it looks like the ayes have it. I would like to quickly say thank you to Sasha, Sunita, and Giselle for joining. I want to make sure that we did recognize you all for joining. Thank you all for committing time again this afternoon. Again, continue to check your emails. I hope you all have a great evening.
Happy holidays, everybody, just in case.
Yes, happy holidays.